Hello again. So let's continue to work with Animate. We are going now to make some adaptations and some additions here on my timeline. So we have here some keyframes, okay, just to make a recall of this. So this is a keyframe. These are frames, and this symbol here, this rectangle, is the last frame before a keyframe or the last frame from an animation. Okay, so what we have here on layer 1 a shape tween, because this symbol here is changing its shape, and we have a classic tween here on this movie clip. This is an instance of man, the movie clip man, and we have something like this from here to here. And after this we don't have any other animations, but here the shape, the orange shape, disappears because we have a blank keyframe, right? And we have again a keyframe with this shape. So what additions can we do here on the timeline? So let's suppose that I want this animation not to last only 15 frames, but to last 30 frames. So what I have to do in this case here in layer 3, it's quite simple. I just have to click on this keyframe, click and drag, and now my animation lasts the entire duration until the frame 30. Here on my layer 1, if I do the same, something goes quite wrong, because what happens here, when instead of a solid line I have these dots, it means that this tweening is not working properly, because it's trying to come from here, this shape, to the next keyframe, that is this blank keyframe that is empty, and it cannot make this type of animation. So I make Ctrl Z, and what I need to do is I will clear this keyframe, okay? Clear keyframe. So I'm not removing the frame itself, because if I remove the frame, my animation will last, instead of 30 frames, will last 29. So I don't want to remove a frame, I just want to clear that frame as keyframe. So I will choose clear keyframe, and I can also do the same to this one, clear keyframe, and then I can click and drag, and there you go. We have both animations lasting the 30 frames. So continuing to make some changes here, we saw before that if we want to reuse something like we did with this man here, we just convert it into a symbol, and it will go automatically to our library. So this means that now I can use this man more often. But you have to pay attention that if I click and drag, well, I succeeded, because I have now 2 symbols of movie clip man, but I've ruined my animation here. So if you want to make more animations, you should create a new layer, okay? So I named my previous layers, like this now is orange animation, this is man animation. And if I want to make another animation, I should create a new layer, okay? And now I can drag another man here. So now I have 2 animations, and this animation, it's not doing nothing. I will just place it here. So I have 2 animations, and this one is static. So what happens is that I can have animations inside animations. So it means that inside here, I have again a layer structure that I can work on, and I create also a timeline, and I can create an animation here, and this animation will be played, okay? So it will happen that if I make some changes inside this man, both elements will have it, because you know this is just an instance of the movie clip, so both will have that animation. So let's see what happens if I do some animation here. And now I will make, for example, I will create a new layer, and this will be my shape animation, so I will just name it shape. I will create, yeah, it can be, no, I can use the brush tool, it will be like black, yes, it's okay. I want it the size like bigger, something like this. So, or something like this first. I will have this, and here I will create a new keyframe, so F6. And look what happened. I still have my circle, my black circle, but I lost my green man. This happened because I don't have it here anymore. I just have it on frame 1. So layer 1 has a duration time of 1 frame. So I have to ensure that this layer has the same duration as the other layer. So I will press F5. It's the same thing as insert frame instead of keyframe. Since I don't want to make any animation of this, I'm not creating a keyframe. That's why I just inserted a frame, not a keyframe. I just insert keyframes if I want to make changes, okay? So I want this animation to be bigger, okay? So actually I can just come here and make it like bigger. It will be easier. So I want this animation to happen, and I will create here a shape tween, and this is my animation, and this animation will be played here, okay, in both. And pay attention to another thing. My final animation has 30 frames duration time, and the animation that I just did has 10 duration time. This means that they have different durations, and what will happen is that this animation will happen 3 times, because 3 times 10 will be 30. So to preview this animation, I cannot just press enter, because the enter key provides me a preview animation inside the software. But when we are working with movie clips, I cannot see animations inside movie clips. By the other hand, if instead of movie clips I had graphics, remember when we converted our element to a symbol and we chose movie clip, we could have chosen graphic. And when you choose graphic, you can see the animations inside animations on the software. But it was not the case because we chose movie clips. So how can we say the animations inside animations? Well, we just have to press Control Enter. And now, as you can see, both have the animations and the animation never stop. So this means that we can have like now every time we drag a new man, and I will make this one smaller, for example, and pay attention that now I drag the element for the same layer, because this layer 5, this doesn't have any animation, so I'm not ruining anything. I can just duplicate the times I want, because it will not ruin. What will happen is that everything will just animate at the same time, okay? We can change this, this synchronism, but we don't have to worry about now. Another thing that can be interesting is that, okay, I'm duplicating my green man, but what if I want to duplicate this animation? I don't have it on my library, so how can I have it on my library? Well, it's very easy. So what we have here is a shape tween. So what I want is that this, instead of just being a layer, I want to convert this into a symbol, okay? But maybe you may be confused because I said to make shape tweens, you don't use movie clips. Well, we don't use movie clips to make shape tweens, but inside movie clips, these elements are shapes. So this means that we can make shape tweens here. That's why we made a shape tween over here. So I can copy these frames, and I will create a new symbol. So instead of converting with something that already exists, I will just create a new symbol. I will name it orange. This will be my movie clip orange, and I will press OK. My orange movie clip is now here on my library, and pay attention that everything is white because I don't have anything yet, but I'm not working on the scene. I'm working inside the movie clip orange, and I have here my layer 1, and I will place the frames that I've copied, I will place them here. So I will paste frames. And now I have here my animation. So I will come to scene 1, and in this layer 5, because this is the only one that doesn't have any animation, so I can drag the elements that I want, I will drag more oranges. I will also resize them so we can see them. Okay, so I will have this, and well, I can actually just make more, and voila, there we go.